ordered a bacon sandwich. Like seriously, eh? So I'm having a bacon sandwich now, and I'm having a little bit of a later dinner. Just a little bit of a later dinner. Only probably like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And that's what I'm saying, I'll probably go up to 8 or 9. So I will, yeah, I'll probably go up to 9 o'clock, so that I might eat at 9, but I'll like come off at 9, so I can just chill past 9. It's a little bit later, but normally some people need to eat a little bit earlier to mess up their body clock, and then the next day they're not hungry, but I'm fine doing it for one day. As I said, I just want to lock in. I didn't get the wax. Honestly, it's doing my nutting. It clearly needs more oil, and I'm like, how much fucking oil can one wax need? I'm tempted to, I think I may need to put some bloody, what's it called in there? A candle or two, because obviously it's the same wax, it's paraffin wax. I mean, it feels like it should be buttery. That's the annoying part. Like, it really does feel like it should be buttery. Oh, sorry, Frankie. This is what I mean. Like, I love you to bits. I'm so sorry you didn't get hurt then, luckily. You're just so small when you step under my feet. You're alright. She's fine. I'm sorry, okay? You are so small, and you just get under people's feet, and it's very agitating. No, you're not doing that. No, you're not doing that rubby-dubby shit. Lay it on your towel, okay? You little sausage, you really are. I know it probably smells like sham, but that's what I mean. No, you're not having it, no. It's not yours. I can't do this in the kitchen, not actually like work in the kitchen, but have this warming up in the kitchen because of the heat in here, bro. It's messing me up, something else. Oh damn it. How much wax is leaked down this? Quite a bit. Easily cleanable though, I guess. What I like about wax is it is sort of, bro, there's easily, I don't know how heavy this pot is, but I wish I could just get the wax up. But that's the colour of it. It literally smells sort of chocolatey, but I mean, I guess chocolate doesn't really have a smell. I mean, have you ever smelled a chocolate bar and gone, oh, it smells like chocolate? I feel like chocolate doesn't have a smell. So when they say, oh, things smell like chocolate, I'm like, it smells like cocoa butter or cocoa beans, not actually. Is it cacao? Is that how you say it? Cacao or cacao? Cacao? I don't know. But like the chocolate bean, right? So yeah, that is the mixture. It's just, I don't think quite it's oily enough. And I'm like, bloody hell, how much is it going to need? Do you know what I mean, realistically? So I'm heat it up again. Add some more. Oh, this is an endless battle since yesterday. It's because I didn't weigh it like an idiot. And yeah, that's on me. I should have weighed it. So it's about per 200 grams, about a teaspoon or two. So about a tablespoon of 2 types of oil-based, so like cocoa. So I've used cocoa butter, and I've used some other stuff. I'm not going to say what it is, secret ingredient. And then also, so cocoa butter. Oh, bro, my brain's still working so hot. Not this cocoa butter, but literally this sort of stuff. So like chocolate, like the chocolate bean. So it does smell like chocolate. It's really nice. But does chocolate even have a smell? Hello, bro. Welcome. I feel like chocolate doesn't really. If you smell a chocolate bar, you go, ooh, chocolate. Like, it doesn't really smell of shit. So that whole thing smells like chocolate. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? It's weird that we think, oh, something smells like chocolate, yet an actual chocolate bar doesn't have a smell. To me, anyway. It might do. It's because I've smoked for like a long time. I have like a shit scented smell. And obviously, I've quit a week ago, and I'm like looking at that fridge and like, oh, my hunger's coming back. You know, your metabolism goes back to being normal. Don't ever smoke. It's the stupidest shit ever. Like, generally, vaping, smoking. Like, there's so many things you could do with your money, and better things, like way to live your life. For real. Yeah, it's just excess wax. But that's what the colour of it is. It looks more chocolatey as the bars. But obviously this, I was showing people earlier, this is the other one I've done, which is actually like a bendy wax. And it works on concrete ledges better. You know, it's the first sort of wax of its kind. And I know, I spoke about my wheels. Some companies done those, but it doesn't matter, I'm still going to release my wheels. But the funny thing is I know one how to figure this out, because this took me like a year of research to figure out. how to eliminate the need for sanding down a curb, applying clear coat, and I'm not on about fingerboard now as well, I'm on about skateboarding too, mainly skateboarding. Because you've got curbs that are crusty and you want to skate them, especially in the UK. With this, you can. Welcome, hello. So with this, literally just, I mean, this is what makes it so buttery and just really slidey. But that didn't work. Yeah, there you go. Even when it's got cracks and bumps and broken bits of brick in it. Like, obviously, you don't want giant chunks. It's not going to do much for you. But if it's like just a standard curb, which you look at like that, looks skatable. And in America, they've got like metal ledges on their curbs, most of them, right? But over here in the UK, it's just concrete, crusty ass concrete. So you just apply some of it. If I apply it onto metal, this stuff, as I say, it bends rather than being like a normal type of skate wax. It's like, it's weird. It is a really weird consistency, but definitely is like oily residue on your fingers. And I will release this at some point. I just need to, releasing so many products at once is very difficult, because then you limit your capabilities of making one good product, because you end up making loads of little products, which are still good, but I'd rather focus my attention at one time on one thing. So obviously this was just practicing last year, not practicing, but doing the research, as I say. So literally it bends, and it's not like a normal skate wax, but if you put it, do you know when, if you're a skater, you'll understand what I mean, got a crusty curb, so if you sand it down and you clear coat it afterwards and you let it dry and then you put on some wax, it eliminates the need for all of that. You just put this on a crusty curb, and then it leaves like, when you skate it after a while, it leaves like a plasticky layer over it, which is perfect for boards or anything. And then against the metal, it's so buttery, and like it's barely eaten. Like, yeah, the trucks have lost their colour, but it's not eaten into the trucks at all, because it stops any sharp blunt edges as well. It's awesome. It took me like a year to formulate, you know, but as I say, you can tell it's just very different from the fact it bends. It's like a more plasticky wax. Like if you wanted to pull it apart, if you look, go back up to its normal size, and it's weird. It does obviously leave oily residue on your hands, but the whole point of it is so when you're doing it, like it's more durable. It proper goes into the brick, where other waxes are just like, they just rub off really easy. But also then defeats, like, I mean, literally the fact I could just twist this around, pull it about, a bit like Play-Doh, I guess, really, like really, or like blue tack or something. But it smells like chocolate too. This one does anyway. But yeah, this one, very different. This is for, the wax I'm making now is for metal. I haven't done that yet. I didn't feel the need to, because there's so many waxes out there that are already for that. And I was like, I like to innovate and make something different. And I've always liked to get street skating as a street skater. And crusty curbs in the UK have been an issue. Also the wheels. As I said, I've made a new type of wheel. For anybody that's new. So anyone that's new, I have my own skateboard company. I make skateboards, fingerboards. 1 second. This is stuff everywhere. Just trying to dry some clothes. So I love being an adult. You know what I mean? It's just chef's kiss. Right. So here we go. My wheels. Turn the light on. Bouncy, right? What's up there? Solid. Now you'd think 100, 1A, like these are, would power slide better, right? They've got such grip to them still, where my ones, bouncy 85A, they power slide better and they bounce. So it's the best of both worlds. You literally get to ride over cracks and stones and bumps without it like really affecting it, and you can just ride over them. Don't do huge ones, obviously we'll still get thrown off the fucking board. Like, I mean, reasonable size little cracks and pebbles, and you're just more likely to bounce off it rather than flipping, go flying off your board instead. And then also, if you try to power slide or reverse probably okay, but if you try to power slide with 85A wheels, you would also get thrown off the board, 100%. Like, unless you've got that, but I mean, you're not going to go far. You're going to go like that, and the board will stop. You want really slidey wheels. The fact they're better than 101A, but they're not too slippery. You think, oh, 101A is ridiculously slippery, right? No, because I've just skated to the shop. They've got perfect grip, but they still, like, I mean, it's like honestly, Frankie, no. Power Peralta's just released a formula that's exactly, it's not the same formula, but they've released a wheel that's the same thing. I just saw it. I posted on my Facebook going, oh, damn it, someone beat me to it. But I was like, oh well, I'm still going to release my wheels. They've been in the works now for like, look, this is the urethane mix. And this is, where's the bottle? Oh bro, it literally leaked all down the bottle. But yeah. The thing is, urethane's expensive. Polyurethane's a very expensive mixture. So that's why normally people send off to a urethane factory, but I'm like, nah, I want to do it all myself. Like outsourcing. And then this is not Colombian marching powder. This is a type of metal that, believe it or not, goes in the wheels to make it easier. But that's not the only ingredient. There's like a few other things. But yeah, I mean, the proof's in the pudding, as I like to say. Like, generally, the ball power slides, you can see it's bouncy, you can hear it's quieter. It's 85A. So, oh, damn it, my bad. I keep grabbing this, I have to put it back down again. Right. Sure hardness, sure A hardness, right? 85, so 85A. Welcome back. So they are, I would say they were the first of their kind, but obviously Power Perot was just released some similar weight wheels. I love Power Perot though, so I'm not shitting on them at all. As I said, damn it, they beat me to it, but I am going to still be releasing my ones. Because obviously I put the work in. Urethane's expensive, so people normally find fillers to put in with it, so it makes it a little bit cheaper, but skateboard wheels, like a wheel like mine, the one that's bouncy, goes over cracks, but you still power slide, they would charge people like £100 for that. So not Power Perot, but like some companies, like the Spitfire wheels can be like £100, it's crazy. These I'm looking at 50 maximum, and that is still good, so they're really long lasting, they're heat resistant, they don't deform to, they're better than just standard urethane because what's in it makes them more, the stuff I put in it makes them more heat retardant. Hard retardant, you know what I mean, where it's like heat protected. Wait, I'm going to look for the word because it says it on the back of this as well. Wait. So yeah, it's a filler powder of metal to create harder surfaces, will create more heat resistant objects and fire retardant properties. There you go, that's the word I was looking for. But that's just one of the ingredients that goes in the wheel. I am in the UK, yeah man. Yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. Thank you for sticking around and showing some love and support. I do appreciate it. So I'm starting to lose my brain power now too, that's why fingerboarding. Isn't it like night there? Well, not to my knowledge, bro. I mean, pretty sure it ain't. I'm joking, I'm gonna have a laugh, no, it's daytime. It's, well actually no, it's about to be 6 o'clock. So technically, yes, it's the evening. But I've doing a 12-hour live stream today, and I've done already so much of it, but it's gone by like, well, I like live streaming sometimes because it's quite fun, connecting with people, showcasing the products, building up more of a community, showing, as I said, I would appreciate people following the skater that I'm going to be sponsoring, because I am not aiming for people who've already got all the followers, it's the talent, and this kid can do so much. He can go up fakie into a, so going up, like riding backwards essentially, he can go up and do a backside axle stool 50-50 on a flipping spine and then go back in fakie. Like, he is incredible. I've never seen it in a year. And he ollied the 7 stair, right, at South Banks, but he didn't just clear it. He cleared it by about 5 more steps. So that kid could easily ollie, like, I reckon, like a 10 stair, if not a little bit more. He is unbelievably good skater, and you know, I couldn't be more proud of him. I met him like a year and a half ago when he started skating. This was some fan art he done for me, which is really sweet. Like facts, he was like such a big fan of the company, and I said, bro, honestly, do you know, I realise where I'm headed with this. I was like, yeah, maybe, yeah. So obviously now, got skateboards. The store will be open again next month, which is a relief. They just want me to charge me a lot on tax, and I'm not paying that shit. Obviously I have to, at the moment, but it doesn't matter, it's businessy shit, it's boring, I'm not going to long people out of it. Where is the fingerboard from? That's an interesting one. Oh man. I've got a bacon sandwich on the way as well, I'm excited. I'm having a slightly later dinner, because I'm actually going until 9 o'clock, so I've got another 3 hours of, oh my lordy lordy, 3 hours of live streaming to go. We got this, and then I'll be back on tomorrow, and then I'll be back on the day after. right? I'm literally, and then I'll be back on the day after that, and probably the day after that, and I will probably be live every day until this company is where it needs to be able to provide affordable skateboards and merch and everything for skaters and non-skaters, I guess. Like, I mean, if you know, you don't need to buy a hoodie you like or a beanie. You don't need to skate. I mean, there's no. It's like, do you skate? Tick this box, yes. If not, you're not applicable for it. But yeah, everything's printed directly onto the fabric rather than being like on a vinyl. Because if you're a skater like me and you understand how hot vinyl makes you, it's literally like a plastic sheeting. This is that's vinyl. Absolutely horrible to skate with because you just get sweat. Like, it literally traps the sweat. It can't just breathe through the fabric almost. This one's printed directly onto the fabric. It faded a little bit because I didn't press hard enough. This one, it can get quite deeper colour, so that one's hard to see. But that is a graphic I done. That is another graphic I done, and then that is a. Come on. And they're, as I say, they're all printed directly into the material. So technically more expensive really, that people would charge, companies would charge more for that on top, because vinyl's cheap to print with, where the print you needed to do this is not cheap. But like I say, well, the best one to show is the beanie, because it can go through washes and it will stay rustic looking, you know what I mean? One size fits all. If you look at the logo, this has been washed quite a few times now, and it's not faded, but it's not on vinyl or like a heat transfer vinyl. It's directly into the fabric. Obviously when it's on, it's not like you don't see the logo, it's not too stretched out. It needs to be really stretched out to not be able to see it. And I mean, if you've got a head this big, then I don't know what's going on there. And then it's annoying because my fingerboards are all on the wall, but I've made obviously fingerboards the same graphics as my skateboards as well. Not all of them, because I mean I've made a lot of fingerboards now. I've made about 700 fingerboards in total, and it seems like a lot and a waste, but it's not, because one pack of wood could make me quite a few boards. So this is how they used to be. Look at the shape, shit, right? And then if I compare it to one now with the wheel arch, like, this is just really shows, like, what's the word? Practice makes semi-perfect. Not perfect, there's no such thing as perfect. Practice makes good. Fuck those. But if you hear the shape, the sound difference as well, right? Nice and crispy. And then like, for real, terrible. And then even one that had a little bit more shape to it still, even that sounds a bit better. But that one, when I first made them, and what was dull sounding. I say practice makes perfect. But that's why I tell people, making boards ain't easy. That's what they were like for like. So I have like loads of cutouts as well, the boards. So these ones, they're all just wrong. They're not right. They don't like. It's starting to get a little bit better. So I like to keep certain ones out so I can be like, because how it went through the stages. This is progression, right? And obviously I said I'd drop prices on things, so originally blank decks were 35, graphics were, sorry, that fucking nicotine spray fucks my throat. Better than smoking though, for real. What was I saying? Shit, my brain. Oh yeah. This right here is progression. So, started off like this. Oh wait, no, yeah. Terrible shape. I couldn't shape them. They sounded shelly. I like to call it shelly, but dull. No pop. Then it got a little better. Same wood, same mold, just different amount of time and a more even spread of glue, and just, I don't know what it is, it's just, as I say, practice does make kind of semi-perfect, or whatever perfect you want to call perfect. But the difference, I didn't drop this one from higher, and then this one, just from there, sounds way crispier. I hope you can hear it on the live. I know sometimes the camera quality, like the audio is pretty shit, but yeah, glow in the dark boards, skateboards as well, fingerboards, fingerboard boards. But then if I drop this, which is a tech deck, it's like halfway between the first boards I did and that one, which is a bit better of a shape. But I mean, if you compare the two, even that one has more of a shape than this one does, which is one of my decks. This is a tech deck. Why on earth would you? That was 30 quid. Just saying. Mine are 19.99 for one that's like that. And obviously there's ones with graphics. There's stained decks as well. And stained decks do. I have no idea where I put my finger. I'm so baffled right now. Weird. I'll find it in a sec. Yes, let's fingerboard for a little bit and chill out. I am so warm. Come on, melt down then. Wait, oh, I unplugged it. What on the So, yeah, the wax itself still needs. Come on. Yeah, the wax itself needs more coconut butter and coconut. So, cocoa butter and coconut oil, and then another ingredient which I will not give away. Well, actually, 2 more ingredients technically, but it's not, I'm not giving anything away now purely because I've had people start to copy like formulas and stuff like that. It's gonna happen. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I'm not trying to gatekeep anything in the skate industry. If somebody wants to go ahead and make something, they can make something. Like it's free will in it. If someone sees an idea, and I've been open enough to say it, I'm not going to get mad if somebody uses an idea. Like that's life. That's what we do as people. Right. So excited to speak. It's like, ooh. So, this is funny to me. So what do I do when I quit? Substances 3 years ago. I know other things like drinking and cigarettes are technically a substance. I got sober 3 years ago, started a business. Got sober off alcohol 2 years ago, and quit smoking 5 days ago. What do I do to celebrate? I have a beer. Now I know there's going to be people that are like, wait, what? But I already have had drinks before, socially. The way I managed to stay sober properly is to have self-control. In those moments it flares up where you want it because you're depressed, no. And I drink maybe like once in a blue moon, quite literally, very rarely. Like I think the last time was a few months ago. And next day I wake up, I want to work on the business because I've got something to focus myself on. People get up and they have nothing to focus themselves on, or they've got a job they're really unhappy with. Now granted, I appreciate that and I respect people who work hard jobs and long hours. I work long hours, but yet I get to do what I enjoy, so I appreciate that. But that's what I'm saying, people need a hobby or a passion. Because if you don't, what the fuck are you giving, where are you getting your dopamine from? It can't just be like, oh, I worked 12 hours and I've got money that I now have to pour into something. I'm, you know what I mean, I'm there, like a flat, for example, or a house that you're never really in because you're always working. It's dumb. People need to have a hobby, like be it drawing, running, skating, snowboarding, it could be anything. Ideally something accessible and cheap and affordable, and that's why I started tattooing as well. Because I felt like myself starting to drift away, not because I wanted to drink again, just because my mental health was getting a little worse. So obviously if people haven't seen it, I designed this leg piece. It's very symmetrical. That was kind of the whole idea. And I can work more diamonds into it. And each diamond's got like something that's to do with my journey of getting sober. And then it's like Heaven's Gates, and there's like a triangle. There's like a mountain range, and all the triangles fit into each other because it's like heaven on earth. It's a nice thing. I like tattoos with an actual idea, not just random crap. Like when the tattoo's like going to be AI, probably because it's just random generated crap with no meaning. But that wasn't done in one session, so that's why it was harder to get symmetrical, because I had to actually like get the stencil over it, place it a few times. It went wrong. Bear in mind I don't have a printer, so that's drawn on my iPad and then stenciled off of my iPad. But I'm absolutely in love with this leg piece. I really am. It just looks, even from there, you can't make out quite what it is, but it's still the shape and the pattern. 2 diamonds this side, 2 diamonds that side, circle-ish. Oh, I just love it. This is awesome. Right, if I don't say so myself, which I do. Right, I'll prove 2 seconds. I want to open a skate store, have a skate park in this mall thing, right? And I know if you keep working, you can do this. It's 100% possible. I believe anybody can achieve anything. And have a tattoo studio in there too, as long as it's a separate individual room. So imagine parents come in to watch their kids skate, or they're skating for like 6 hours, they want a longer session. But inside then you have, I want a non-alcoholic bar, because yeah, as I'm sober myself, and obviously it's around kids, it's gonna be a skate park. So it'd be like, is it a carpet bar or something, like, you know, just herbal teas, just chill, like a coffee shop sort of, mixed in with, my mate wants to become a barber, he's also one of my skaters, so I said, look, if we done it together, I would invest in you. So if I bought the property, all I have to do is license out each different section of a room, but it'll be big rooms. Imagine like a mall, but slightly smaller, like a big warehouse, and part of it's converted into a skate park, part of it's converted into like sort of an office space at the back for doing some work and designing graphics and all that shit, making wheels, whatever. And obviously probably do more off the site if I could get another place, and then in there have a tattoo studio, so I can employ artists as well. Say if there's an artist, I'd be like, do you want to start learning to tattoo? That's why I want to train myself up, and I've got alarmingly good quite fast, but I just think that's because I was already an artist. It was slightly easier for me to do that. And then obviously, yeah, have a barber now, just a barber shop. I think that would be awesome, you know. It's just like opportunities for people, you know, jobs they want to do. No minimum wage either, because if I can make money from tattooing, which is quite a bit, I'll have more money to pay my staff. I don't need a Bentley and a Beamer and a fucking Audi and a BMW i8 and all this shit. I just simply need to live. Do you know what I mean? That's literally it. That's all I need. Sort of. Well, I can do more than board slide, bro. As a skateboarder and a fingerboarder, I must say. I can do switch flips, nollie flips, lasers, half flips on a fingerboard and on a skateboard. I'm a bit rusty still, but sometimes a heel flip, front side show it's, nollie front show it's, pop show it's, nose manuals. I'm rusty, but I had a lot of injuries like torn ACL, torn UCL, ripped meniscus, and after you have those injuries, you never skate the same, I promise you now. I've had people go, oh, I done it, and I'm like, no, bullshit. I know it's bullshit because you do, it ruins you. A torn ACL, even when it's been repaired, because I use a hamstring, and they drill a hole in my shin, it's not as strong, it's not as durable, and it doesn't have the same snap back essentially. So it's almost like you can't move your leg as quick as I used to. So the flick I need is just so much more difficult. That's why heel flips are a little bit easier. I will do a board slide in a second. I just having a sneak at the top because I'm in love with these. These are a guilty pleasure. It is the well, it's the evening. It's 6 o'clock now in the evening. Oh yes, please. But yeah, I make skateboards, fingerboards, wax, wheels, merch, so jumpers, beanies, socks, and I've done it all myself because I love the workflow. I really do. I don't like the idea of giving it to someone else and sitting there like what. I'm like, what am I going to do with myself? You know what I mean? I get bored as shit. Bored. Look, what they started off like, dull as shit. What they're like now, crispy. Glow in the dark boards, anti-wear boards, real wear boards. The glow in the dark boards are real wear too. My brain, and stained decks as well. So blank decks are $19.99. They've gone down. I promise I'll drop the price on things that I have. So the blank decks are $19.99. They were $35. But as I said, I want it to be affordable. It's just because things do become more affordable as you go along. You don't need to, like as I said, don't need a BMW i8 and 10 penthouses and shit like that. Stained decks, $24.99. At one point, these would have probably been like 30 to 40. Which is, I know it seems crazy, but it's just the reality of it because how much things cost. And fingerboards are expensive. This one is just using red. It looks like wood, but it's not actually like that wood. It is maple. I've used to get that, it was a mixture of these colours. So I think I used yellow, black and red to make that. Still needs a coating and a spray. Also, I sell stands as well. This one's made out of PLA wood blend, which I don't know, I just think it personally looked nicer, the colour of it. Yes, anyway, hope I'm having a good day. Oh, that jam tart was so good. I feel like having another one, but I'm not. I'm going to go and I'm going to have a bacon sandwich. Come back. Try and sort this wax out. I mean, damn it, bro. I'm like so confused by how much flipping ingredients I need to add to make this really nice and slippery. But if you add too much, you make it crumbly and then you fuck the mixture. So I'm trying to go for it and add it slowly. Unlike the other wax that I made, I've shown people, this is literally like plasticky wax, and it's the only thing you would use this for is concrete ledges. So if there's any skaters in the chat, you know exactly what I'm on about. You find a nice spot, it's crusty, never been skated before. You sand it down, you then spray it with a clear coat. If it's a sunny day, you could probably just leave it for like a few hours, it'd be done, because it's so hot. But you would maybe leave it to the next day, come back, put some wax on it, and skate it. But you have to go through all those steps of preparation, right? With this wax, you just add it to the brick, you just rub it on the brick, and it literally acts like a plastic film. And then obviously the oils are in it too, so it just, I don't have to describe it. It's like long lasting as well. I put it one time outside on the curb and it's not washed off. And as I say, this wax is such a weird consistency, because it almost reminds me of blue tack, but it's very hard to pull apart. But meaning once it's pushed into a ledge, it's not obviously like this, but like that's why it's so durable on the curbs, and then it defeats all of it. If you act like that, see how it's gone really thin? But obviously that's just pulling a giant piece of it apart. But once you rub it onto brick or concrete or anything like that, like this, that plasticky, I'm gonna have to try and pull it again, it's so hard, where it goes really thin, but it's really durable. Like wax, normal skate wax don't do that. So like there's thin layers over this which act like a plastic film over brick, and then boom, it just makes any ledge buttery. So it's the first kind of wax of its kind. I haven't released it yet. I still need to perfect the amount of like coconut oil that's going to go in it and stuff like that, because it is all natural ingredients, wax and oils. That's it. Well, two types of wax, two types of wax and oils. But as I say, this mixture kind of went fucked up. It's not fucked up. I just need to keep adding. But yeah, it's what makes this so buttery compared to. I mean, you can skate any ledge with this. It literally is the best wax ever. And I'm saying that, and I'm not being biased, because it, as I say, it acts like a plastic, and it goes into like thin. Frankie, what are you doing? No, stop it. Stop, like, no, stop it. So you can see though, it's very much like, you can see the oily residue inside it because it's shining, right? But yeah, all you literally need to do, well, not like that, but when you've rubbed it into a curb, it looks like nothing's coming off because it's very plasticky, but it is. And it makes, like, as I say, a thin plastic coating over the whole surface to a degree, this sort of wax. And then you literally don't need to, like a curb that's crusty, you won't need to, if you're a skateboarder, I'm on about as well, because it's mainly what I'm on about. I mainly wanted a skate company. I just discovered fingerboarding halfway through, and I was like, I knew what fingerboarding was, but I didn't know you could do tricks on a board. That I was like instantly captivated by that. Obviously, just so people see, I love my boards, bro. They'll be up in the store when the store opens again, because now skateboard section in like a month. Just been working on stuff. You can see it's got a little oak leaf pattern on it. I don't want to pull that one apart because it's the only decent one. But yeah, as I say, you don't get wax isn't normally like this. It's like, it seems blue tacky. That's the only way to describe it, but it's a lot more tougher than blue tack. But the more friction, the more you skate the ledge, the more actually it goes into a porous substance. So several holes in it. Trucks are metal, so there's like, it's pretty much no hole. It's not porous. It just grinds straight over it. But the friction and the heat actually makes it grind better and better every time, rather than actually being, oh, it's wearing away. So it's almost like, you know, one-time use wax as well. So you only need one brick really, and any ledge you can find, that you need doing. You will only need to apply it one time and it will make it buttery. Nothing else acts like that. Normally wax, yeah, it coats it in a layer of wax and oils, but then it rubs off, the rain rubs it off. As I say, you can see how shiny it sort of is because the oil's in it, and it's like blue tack. I love it, bro. There's no wax like this on the market at all. And there will be soon, because obviously I'll be adding it to the store. But I promise you now, I've done a video on it, showcasing that. The more I move it, the more heat that goes to it, the more pliable it becomes. So then, as I say, after skating it a few times, it's just perfect. The oil's in it, a thin layer of plastics essentially coating the brick. No need to sand down the wall, no need to apply a clear coat. Like, if you're a skater, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The amount of times where I found a crusty curb, I had to sand that shit down and then spray it with a clear coat, come back the next day to then wax it up. Boring. Just apply this one time, you're good to go. As I say, it's very sticky, so that's why it does end up sticking. As you can see how oily and shiny it is, because it is wax. Ooh. It looks like a sus colour, granted, but as I say, it was actually in chocolate bar colour and shape. It literally looks like the colour of chocolate as well. That's the funny thing, it's like proper dark. But yeah, one of a kind wax, never existed before. Never use this on metal, it just won't work. It needs to go into porous substances like brick, and it will act like a thin layer. And then obviously the oil's in it. Sorry guys, just really fascinated by the wax I made it. You can see how shiny it is. So you end up just, I know it's a weird ass wax. I was like hesitating at first when I made it. I was like, is this even going to work? Yeah, it does. One time I put it on the curb outside and I can grind it. I can slap it every time. And I slide so beautifully. I don't even need to apply anything else. Hello, welcome. Yeah, no need to apply any other, you don't need to sand it down, no need to clear coat it or anything like that. Just go straight into the grind and you've got it. It's incredible. And growing up, I've defeated two issues I had with skating in the UK. Crusty curbs, sorted, and the amount of pebbles and stones and cracks, but still wanting to street skate. So you'd have to have cruiser wheels and then try and shove it and scoop on board like that. That's difficult because if they're like 85A or 75A, to roll over them in their bigger wheels, they end up just, you can roll over stones and pebbles and cracks a bit more, but you can't do the same tricks. They're a little bit heavier, the wheels, and they're bigger, and as I say, they're too grippy. But the wheels I've made, oh bro, we're just going to go here again all the time. Because I am, to be honest with you, I'm super proud of the product I've made here. So I defeated two issues I had with UK skating. See, my wheels, bouncing, they're 85A, these are 101A. You can tell the difference. Those obviously don't bounce as well, but they grip more than my 85A wheels. So these are combining the best of both worlds. So you get to do power slides and reverts, but still roll over cracks and stones, and it absorbs a lot of the impact. And also street shaped on that side and then flat on the inside, so you can actually lock in with different grinds. Does that make sense? I know it will to skaters. But that's so much harder, bro, to power slide, which is shocking. When I first, you can hear the grip on it more. And I mean, it sounds like, okay, but then they're too slippery, but they're not. I mean, with a bit of force and weight down on it, they are more grippable, granted. So yes, my company, this is why I know it's going to go places, and I guess that people are following very fast. Best parts of both wheels in one. Power slide, you can do power slides, sorry, and you can bounce and roll over stones and cracks. They're 85A, but the unique formula allows you to do power slides and street skating, so they act a bit like 101A, but still being able to bounce. And then obviously, as I say, the wax, which is this, it's weird wax because it's like blue tack wax, but you can see the oily sort of residue in it. When you put this on a brick ledge, I'm not just fingerboarding here, I'm on about skateboarding too. Like, do you know, if there's skaters in the chat, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have to sand down a curb, spray it with a clear coat, and then wax up. Obviously, you normally wait a day for it to keep. So you find a spot and you're like, great, it was your last day, you've got to go back to work, so you're going to have to wait till the next weekend. Nope, you bring this wax with you, apply it to the curb, and boom, it's skatable straight away, and you won't ever need to apply anymore because it's so. It literally, the friction, the heat, and the force of the board grinding on it forces it into the porous surface. So like the brick is porous. There's like slight holes and tiny holes, like tiny holes in it. So it kind of just grips into it like that, and then acts like a barrier between the two. So you actually are grinding. You'll hear the crust. I get my finger, so people know my like. You still hear the cracks and like the noise that people like, but without fucking your trucks up. It is literally a one of a kind wax. And they say it's very sticky, and it's meant to be because it says it's meant to stick to brick. And then obviously, I know it's the weirdest wax ever. It really is skateboard wax. People are like, what? I wouldn't use that. I was so iffy on use it first. I was like, is this even gonna work? Worked wonders, honestly. But it's now getting very tacky. But it's like the more heat and the more friction, the more it goes into the porous surfaces. So trucks aren't porous; they're metal. But brick is porous. Like ledges, brick, anything like that is porous. I mean, as I say, it won't work on metal. If you put it on that, like I've got other wax for that. But I was trying to defeat the whole thing of having to sand down a curb, spray it with a clear coat, come back the next day because you want to let it dry, and then add some wax to it. Yeah, that was an effort. Like, especially if I've worked the next day, I was saying, and you had like one day to skate with your mates, you find a good spot, and you're like, great, now I've got to like wait a week. Nah, just take this wax. I don't know what to call it yet. I'm trying to think of a name, but it is honestly. I don't know if you can see how like shiny my hand is there-ish. It seems like it would be terrible to skate with because it seems sticky. But as I say, like it's because it's skin and it sticks to a porous surface, which is my fingers technically. But after a while, as I say, it dries out because of the sun too, and the oils, and then it just acts like a plasticky, hard polymer surface to grind across, without fucking your trucks. It's literally a one of a kind wax. I know it's not been formulated before because when I show people that sort of wax, look, that's not wax. I mean, I made it look like a chocolate bar, so it's proper nice dark colour, and it's got like a little oak leaf on it. And now I'm making some mini ones for skateboarding, but fingerboarding too. So obviously, people don't know. For people that don't know, I make fingerboards, skateboards, wheels, wax, fingerboard wheels, skateboard wheels. So I probably repeat myself then. Beanies, jumpers, tops. Well, I am a skate company completely, so everything skate related that I can do. The only one thing I haven't done is bushings and trucks. They're a little bit nightmare. I don't have really the space to do those here, but I would love to. So I can make the wheels. This is urethane 85A. You know what, quickly, to anybody that didn't see it and it's new, welcome everybody. Sorry, 1 second. So obviously there's one of my boards, so I made, and that is the same graphic as this board here. Because obviously they're my graphics, I don't have to license them or anything like that, it's just wonderful. So, and if obviously people try and copy ideas, that's their choice. Right, 85A, one more time to show people. My wheels, bouncy. Now, 101A wheels sound like a rock, like they're really loud. But this side should power slide better. I mean, literally it's nearly flipping the boards because there's too much grip on it. But I flip it around, bouncy side. Literally, as I say, not like it's been done now. Power Peralt has just made some wheels. It's funny, I shared a post saying they beat me to it. But obviously with a laughing face. Like, at the end of the day, it's not gatekeeping. It'd be a different formula anyway. I doubt we've managed to. Two companies have figured out the same formula in whatever time period. So probably are using different elements. Mine's all natural. I'm not saying theirs isn't, because obviously I have no idea. But I'm just saying on behalf of my company, but like this is a wax. It doesn't really come off like when I'm wiping it like that. So when you're grinding, that's literally the wax out brown stuff. So when it goes into porous surfaces, on my desk it doesn't stick to it because it's got a coating of over the wood. But so if you put it on wood, brick, anything with like tiny holes, it kind of just, after skating it for a while, it just gets better and better. It literally ends up, it's weird, it's wax that gets better where you skate it. And you also don't need to apply, you don't need to sand down the curb first, you don't need to apply clear coat, you can just go straight in for the skate. as I say, I know this formula's not been made for, and I'm not going to say anything about the formula just in case someone else tries to take that one too. I kind of wanted to call it like everlasting, but then I was thinking about Willy Wonka, and really, I don't want to get any I don't want to get sued for that sort of thing. So, trying to come up with a name for it, and that's the thing. I've got it ready, but that's technically, truthfully, that wax could be like a multi-million-dollar idea. It's never been done before. That's the truth of it, right? And I've still not jumped the gun to like try and get it onto the stall or try to patent it, because at the end of the day, just taking my time with it, chilling, making some other things. It's not all about money for me. It's a hobby. I like to put my creative mindset to good use, and not always just to make money. I like to remind myself why, life is not just about chase bread. This stuff does not come off this shit, man. That's what I mean. Look at my finger. I've just scrubbed it and rubbed it and tried to get it off, and it's still on my fingers. It just won't. It literally won't. Meaning, so that's what I mean. Like rain, like it won't wash it off the curb. It literally stays on the curb. It's like everlasting wax. You apply it one time, you're good to go. As I said, you won't need to sand down the curb, so I don't want to repeat myself. Obviously, I am going to make a video about it. I think I need to make it like a short or a long form video. So the two things we've got is a wheel that is an 85A wheel that bounces. So obviously got the rebound. What's this person going to say here? Are you a wanker? No, I'm a CEO businessman, bro. I have my own skateboard company. I make fingerboards and skateboards. Here you go, just a little showcase for you, and for the non-believers as well. So these are the boards. Right, this is the packaging. This is the packaging before it goes in, because like there's a lot of non-believers. I actually take that as a compliment when people don't believe I made it. They're like, that's made in the factory. I'm like, oh, thank you. That is actually a compliment. I make skateboards. I do tops. Beanies, that's the company, Skate Addiction. But it's printed into the fabric, not actually onto a vinyl, which is a really cheap way of doing it, and it just peels when you need to put it. And as a skater, you need to wash your clothes quite a bit, right? Because you sweat. So then you're just continuously peeling off the fabric, peeling off the vinyl. Everything's printed directly onto the fabric, so it ends up just looking rustic, which I prefer like way more. It just starts to look a little faded over time. You could probably go for like 40 washes plus, and it will still be visible. So I'm a businessman wanker. Do you know what? Yep, I'll take that. That's fine. I can be a businessman wanker. I'm okay with that. It's better than being a trolling wanker online, or trying to troll like a wanker. Do you know what I mean? The sweats. I'm confused. What do you mean? What? I'm confused. What you mean, there, my guy. I love it. People trying. I'm not saying I'm trolling 100%, but I find it funny because people troll me. I've been on live for 7-8 hours. I go live every day. It does not affect me at all. People trying to troll or whatever. As I was showing people, it's not chocolate. It is the wax for curbs. I'll show you. So it's never been done before. It's literally like a more plasticky wax. You don't want to put this on metal. You only want to put this on skateboarding or fingerboarding, regardless of what it is, on brick obstacles. Because I mean, don't know if people can see the top of that. Yes, look how shiny it is. Compared to the matte side of the brick, it's like a layer of film, and you apply it one time. It might not look like anything's coming off when you're doing it, but it really is. Skate, you don't need to sand the curb down. Like, so before, I would have got, not this for example, but say you get like something to sand the curb down because it's all crusty. Then you spray it with a clear coat. This is, if anyone's a skater, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And then you have to come back, and then you butter the curb up, and boom, you're good to go. Yeah, you don't need to do that with this. You just apply it. It literally is like blue tack almost, I guess. I'm making mini chocolate bars now as well, trying to formulate this new wax. This one will be for metal because I wanted to butter up my curbs. But you're just being childish, man, for real. Why did your ancestors get a job, get a life, right? If you're in America, which you probably are, most of you, come on, it's like midday in America, right? It's around that period. It's probably from like, I'm trying to think of time zones right now. Anywhere from like 5-6 hours up to like, actually maybe even 4 or 5 hours up to like New York, and going across right, what, 10 hours maybe. I'm not exactly sure on the time zones. I know the middle is about 7 or 8 hours. So trying to just gauge distance roughly by thinking of it in my head. But yeah, it might seem like it's not going on. It might sound weird when you're putting the wax on, but as I say, I promise you, apply it one time, that's all you need. It's also brilliant because if you step on it with your shoes, you don't slip. It's not slippery wax. It's so weird, but I can't give away too much because then people will know how it's made. But I did kind of get it off in the end. So I proper scrubbed and used soap, but it won't wear off of the curb either because rain won't just wash off. It needs like soap. It needs a good scrub to get it off. If you're just skating over it with your trucks, it will embed it more and more almost as a surface, and then that surface itself just becomes like a nice. See how shiny it is, like a buttery. Even like there's bits of brick that are like crusty. I could put it on this, which is a knife grinder to sharpen the blade, right? And I'd still be able to grind that smoothly. To be fair, I could just literally do it now. I'll just show people. So if you see that, it's not shiny at all, like at all. And then I go in with this. Ready for this? This is crazy. So this is what I mean by crusty curbs. You gently rub it in. It might not feel like it's doing anything, but believe me, the first few grinds may feel a bit weird, but they normally are when people do it. But as I said, it eliminates the whole point of sanding it down and spraying a clear coat on, not on this, but on skateboard for skateboarding too. And then now if you look at that, it's got more of a shinier surface to it compared to that. And that literally won't come off. I mean, unless I rub it, scrub it, anything like that. But see how it looks like the brown bits. Once you've skated it a few times, those proper push in. And you'll grind with it still with this nice oily surface, but I mean, it literally will become like a plastic, not a plastic. I don't know how to describe what sort of surface it is. It's very hard to describe. But as I said, when it is on the store, it literally, there might be different colours, but it literally looks like chocolate. It literally looks like, and it does smell like chocolate because it has cocoa butter in it as one of the ingredients, because it's a natural ingredient to put in it. And it's like a natural oil rather than using olive oils and things like that, because if you think about it, oils like that don't set, they're just always a liquid, where those actually set hard again, which is what you want. And that is why, as I say, this top of this looks shiny as shit. I put it on there one time and I've never needed to apply wax again. But I've tried using that wax on metal and it does not work because it's not made for metal. So that's what I mean by it's a completely unique type of wax. Honestly, guys, I'm beyond. I find it funny when people just okay, cool. Like, okay, cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, people will be using this wax within the next 10 years because, as I said, people won't need to then be sanding down a curve and applying clear coat. Do you know what I mean? It literally eliminates all of those factors, which I fucking love, man. It's just so cool. So my company now has made 2 new types of innovated 2 skate products that have never existed. Long-lasting wax for crusty curbs. No need to sand it down and then put clear coat on it afterwards. You just put this wax on it, boom. But it's like a really weird, like plasticky, stretchy wax. Obviously, it doesn't stretch straight away, just with heat and friction. But that's the whole point. You just put a gentle layer onto your curb, and it sometimes looks like it's not doing anything, but then it really is. If you get an angle, you'll see it in the light. It becomes like shiny and glistening. Grind it a few times, and it just works it into the surface, and then boom, you have a permanently waxy, grindable surface. I find it funny when there's people who, I'm not even mad about it at all, it's just funny when people are, oh cool, with my creation, my product, which has never been made before, then people watch the weirdest lives ever. I'm like, you know what, each their own, you do you, boo. You want to be a fucking weirdo and watch weird lives, that's on you. I'm being, oh, let's think. I'm done talking for a sec, guys, because every time I try and talk about the product, people just leave, and I'm like, alright, do you? People who are skaters will be using my product because, as I said, it's everlasting wax without needing, you don't need to, so wax I've made, you don't need to sand down a curb,
then clear coat it. If you're a skater, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then adding wax and coming back like a day later, well, after adding wax the next day when you come back to skate it to make it buttery, to make it smooth. This you just add, it's like a more plasticky wax, gentle layer over the top, and it will stay on that forever. You just skate it a few times and it rubs it into the surface, but you don't want to use it on metal. You want to use it on porous surfaces, so like things with holes, so bricks, ledges, even wood would work if it wasn't coated and stuff, because it would like, it blends into an axe. It separates the layer of the wood that you've got and then leaves like a, if you imagine it like, if there's tiny holes, it goes into those tiny holes slightly with the friction and the heat, and then there's just a layer across the top. And it takes a lot of heat and a lot of scrubbing to get it off. So if you're going to put it on a ledge, the reason I haven't sold it yet as well is because I don't want people buttering up ledges and curbs that shouldn't be skated. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't wash off easy. It really doesn't wash off easy. So I don't know if that's why someone's not attempted to do this, because it's a fucking nightmare to get off. But yeah, only use it on wood and brick, on like concrete and ledges. And it also isn't slippery when you step on it. So if you're stepping off a curb that's got wax on it, you don't have to worry about somebody slipping either. Oh man, it's genius. It's a fucking genius. It is a genius product. I'm so fucking happy with it. Oh, these boys are genius. Sort of. I am. Straight up. It is what it is, bro. I love when people come in here and call me a retard, because I'm like, bro, I've got my own skate company and I've made 2 new products that have never existed before. Well, now Power Peralta's done one. The 85A wheels that so you've got the best of both worlds. You can street skate, power slide with them. I'll showcase them in a minute after I've had my sandwich, if people want to see it. They're just prototype stage at the moment, but they're working 100% like I wanted it to. And the wax, I've been working on for like a year. Actually, no, like 2 years now. So I said, if you're a skater, you'll know when you're buttering up a curb and it's crusty, you got to sand that shit down first sometimes, spray clear coat on it or lacquer, leave it for a day, come back and then put clear wax on it, right? Or if it's hot enough, it might dry in the same day, cool. This stuff, the wax I've got, no, it does all that in one. It's like a harder it's got beeswax in it, that's all I say. It's got harder wax rather than just paraffin waxes, some natural oils, and it just eats into the surface. It's honestly perfect. Cut that nicely, I will do. Do you know what I find really funny, brother? Is when I talk about the product I've made, people don't care, but then I talk shit and they do. I find it funny. That's jealousy to me. So, oh damn it, fuck you then. You know what I mean? Because you're making this. It's just weird. This is why I say being yourself online is probably the best thing to do. Like when you say cut it nicely, like how is that? Like just cut a slice off, I'm guessing, right? I have put stuff in the 3DS. It's completely packed up now. We have like no space. Oh, I'm just gonna cut it like this because I honestly, I'm a bit confused on how you. Bro, there's a bug on it. I'm not even joking. There's actually a bug in there. Yeah. Bit worried to eat it now, to be honest with you. Oh well, just wash it. Do you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. It's just a little bug. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. See, more people stick around now when I'm not showcasing a first of a kind product. I don't understand that shit. It's like people want brain rot rather than positive good stuff. It baffles my brain. It honestly baffles my brain. Like each their own. Like I say, you do you, boo. And obviously boo, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with people, man? Look, okay. Oh, John, I can't bother. I've said it 100 times. I'm just going to make a video about the thingy and it'll get spotted by the people it needs to be spotted by. I just want to tell the people nice and early. So obviously the wax, the long lasting wax for curbs. That's funny. Technically, you know, it's like witchetty grub or whatever they call them as well. Like, I've eaten locusts before, so. Oh, I'm scared, bro. I feel like I'm just doing it wrong. Oh well, fuck it, there we go. Oh, no. Do you know what I mean? I really don't understand why I'm talking about a new product that's never existed before. That should be like, you're seeing it for the first time. Like, why wouldn't people want to see that? People want to see brain rot. People want to just hear shit. I can't sit with that well. I might have to go to long form videos, like, to be honest with you, because it's just getting ridiculous. Because I wanted to obviously find the people who are interested in that sort of thing. Okay, bye for now. I'll just be content with what I've done then. I actually am, as I say, I don't need approval. I know what I've made over here. Because if somebody said, oh, that's awesome, can I test it for you? You'd be the first person to test a new type of product for skateboarding that's never existed before. Like, and it actually hasn't. You can look up, like, it's never existed. The type of wax, the wheels exist now because another company's jumped in on that wave. Power Peralta, but absolutely love those companies. They're like, I love Power Peralta. They're sick. They've been around for ages, bro. Like an OG company. Do you know what I mean? So, a wheel that's 85A that bounces, so it has the rebound, but it power slides better than a 101A wheel because of the formula. And then, and I called them Jankies, street cruisers, because you can cruise with them because they roll over everything. Well, not everything, you know what I mean, most things. But you can power slide better than 101A wheels. Like, I actually have to quickly, 2 seconds over. If people are interested, I hope. So it just doesn't make sense. People want to consume brain rot. See, more people leave. I don't understand it. It's like interesting shit that people could learn from. What is wrong with people? They just want brain rot? Okay, cool. Each their own. Right, bouncy. My wheel. Like a rock. I mean, it's meant a power slide, right? So you can bounce over stones and cracks while still power sliding better than a 101A wheel. They do exist already now, Power Pro have done. It's not the same formula. I doubt it will happen to be the same formula. That'd be really weird. And as well as that, my brain shut down now. Oh yeah, long-lasting wax. So if you're a skater, you know, you go, if you see a curve that's all cracked up and not just cracked up, but like crusty, you sand it down, you apply a clear coat, and then you wax it the next day, right? But by doing so, you have to take days like to just get it right. Well, this wax, you just apply it to the curb one time, and it acts like a layer between the board and the surface, and it doesn't wash. It does not wash off. You have to scrub that shit with like soap. So rainfall would not wash it off. I still have some on the curb outside, but the good thing is it's not slippery if you stand on it. You need to have speed. So if you're doing a slappy, if you're doing anything really, it doesn't matter what you're doing because it grinds well with the board and the trucks. So you could literally do lips, you could like lip slide, you could do a board slide, you could do crooks. It literally grinds like butter, right? But I say long lasting, won't wash off in the rain, but it's like stretchy wax. It's more plasticky composition. It's really, really weird, but it's fucking awesome. Like, I honestly, I'm so proud of what I made here. Obviously, not just that, I make skateboard wheels and fingerboard wheels and fingerboards and skateboards, jumping top and pins. But what I'm confused about, when I show those pieces, people are like, oh, that's cool. When I show something that's new that no one's ever seen before, they're like, right, I'm out of here. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You could be the first person to witness something that doesn't exist yet. Well, it does because I've got it, but you know what I mean. It's not being used by the industry yet. And obviously the reason I'm not selling it to any big corporate giants is I don't agree with capitalism, like, to a degree. That I don't agree with just trying to make money off of everything. I do believe we should enjoy life for what it is. Yeah, as I say, there is nothing else like it. So when you guys witness that, it's the first time. That's a promise. You can go and look it up. Is there any like waxes that, well, actually to be fair, so don't watch you search up. Do you know what I mean? Waxes are all the same thing. Paraffin wax with some oils and stuff like that. You look. Yeah, it's funny because when I'm in the bedroom, which looks more, I guess, like people think. It's funny because I look like Americans, because, stop Frankie, it's because obviously I have long hair, I don't just have the short back and sides like every roadman. You know, it makes it more seem like I'm American when I come in here, because people for a whole life have thought I'm American, but I'm like, bro, how can you like, tell by my accent that I'm English, I'm British? But yeah, to show people the wax, if you look at that, you see how it's like shiny? Oh, I'm not gonna, that is this wax here. See how the wax is shiny as well? It actually normally looks like a bit of chocolate. Obviously it's not one square, it's like a whole bar of chocolate. But you literally don't need to sand down your curves. You don't need to sand them down, apply a clear coat, you apply this wax, that's it, to a crusty curb. And 2 seconds, I'm so confused why I put my fingerboard.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. As a skater on a fingerboard, so they are for both. As I say, like, also this one I've done. So bouncy wheel, it's 85A, 101A. I didn't make these ones, but you can hear the difference. I mean, it lifts up when you're trying to power slide. They are more grippy, but they're meant to not be grippy as much. But then these ones, which are bouncy, you can power slide with them. I'm alright, thanks. And then, yeah, so they grip more. They're 101A. They should power slide, but they don't as well. They're not my wheels. They're actually quite, I'm not going to name them, so I'm not trying to shit on the company, but then, yeah. They just power slide better. I mean, they shouldn't power slide at all, really, because as I say, they're 85A. Doing a power slide with them would be quite difficult if they were normal standard wheels. Now I'm done explaining that shit. I'm eating my bacon sandwich. That gave me head rush standing up then. Holy shit, that made me dizzy. Oh wow, fucking hell, that threw me off. I've had such bad head rush before that I've just fallen over. Like I generally just, you know, you stand up really quick and then you just go. I've gone like look blind for a second. I don't know what that's to do with, but I was going to go for a skate this evening, like later on with my mate, like a nighttime skate. Well, I say mate, he is a mate, but the person I'm also sponsoring. I love that because people are like, oh, you know, you give an opportunity to people you know, and and I'm like, well, one, because they're a mate, they're willing to work for nothing at the moment. Just, if people are willing to work for boards, skateboards, fingerboards, jumpers and beanies on the sideline, but people are like, no, I need money. But I'm like, bro, this is the whole point. You're not doing it because you love skating. Skating has lost its soul. The people I know are doing it for nothing for my company because they want to see it grow and they love skateboarding. So they're going to skate either way. So why not get some skate tips? Why not rep a brand? But people these days like, well, what can I get paid? I'm like, bro, you get free skateboards, free wheels, free jumpers, being and customized for you. So you can get your name on it, a custom art, custom skateboard. But people are still like, oh, and I want money. Like, yeah, you would get paid money. And if people started now and signed the contract, it literally said as soon as the money was in from the YouTube and other things like that, then you get paid. But right now, it's still an opportunity. But if people say no now, why am I going to offer it again later down the road? Because the dedication is just not there. You think, I got paid straight away with my business? No, it's 3 years of working on my business. It's nuts. It's taken me ages. So I just have to make sure it's actually dry. I have to wash it because I was bugging it and it kind of grossed me out. But I'm a little bit like, I just don't eat the bug and you're fine. You know what I mean? People are like, that's great. I'm like, well, no, it's not really. I don't think. I think it's just nature. I'm not eating with the bug. People are like fucking snowflakes these days, honestly. I don't understand it. Right, explain to me here. If I'm talking to do whatever, making a bacon sandwich, people find that more interesting than seeing a product that's never existed before. Like, why is that? I don't know. If I saw somebody showing a product, I'd be like, oh my god, this is gonna be interesting. It's never been seen before. First person to see it. Well, not the first person. I've showed a few people now, but you know what I mean. It's new. Why wouldn't someone want to see that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I would. I'd be so excited. I'd be right on that. I'd be like, come on. But nah, I'm gonna show it now. To be honest, for a bit, I'm gonna have my bacon sandwich. I'm gonna make a video on it instead. Because at the end of the day, repeating myself was getting annoying for people to hear it. So that person that said he's sick in the chat was talking about my wheels, was talking about a formulated new type of wheel that's not existed before. I know that, I mean the formula at least. 85A wheel, but power slides. And if you're a skater, you'll know that's impressive. I mean, it acts like a 101A wheel. I know you can still power slide maybe with 85, but you're pushing your luck. Because if it's a rough ground, you're going to just grip and throw yourself off. And I live in the UK where it's very crusty grounds. And then obviously curbs in America, they've all got like a metal coping to it anyway at the edge. I know it's not a coping, it's not made for that, but they've all got they've got metal in them. But in the UK, it's just concrete. And what happens there is even when you put wax on it, it just doesn't do shit. They're so crusty. And then what do? You sand down. I know you have to do some in some places in America, but say all our curbs are like this. So this is why I've been so motivated to design something like this.
So then you get wax, this wax, and you just apply it one time to the curb. You don't need to sand it down. You don't need to clear coat it. It almost does. It doesn't do all of that for you. Obviously, it's still rust, but it's whereas a thicker, more rubber, more plasticky wax with composites and oils in it. There's different composition. It gets better over every grind. Every grind will actually get smoother rather than wearing off because it pushes it in to the brick, and then you end up. That's why my brick, the little brick wall I built, is constantly buttery. And if you know what I mean by saying buttery, don't just skateboard out, just grinds like smooth as shit. And that's not been made before. That one, I know the skateboard wheels have been worked on. There's some now by Paraprot. I'd love to those. I don't have any hate for them. It's a big company. I don't have any hate for it, any skate company. I feel like I don't agree with corporate greed, and that's why I've not patted my wheels or anything like that. I'm not going to say how they're made or the wax. I'm going to keep it private and just release them as my independent company. I think it's the best way to do it because otherwise corporate giants take it and they charge you like an arm and a leg for the whole fucking thing. Like £100 for both wheels because you know it's like 2 wheels in one. Fuck off. Does it cost you that much to make? The research, I understand you've got to make money back on the research and the ingredients and everything like that, but you don't have to charge everybody the same, like £100. Like, if it's 50 or 40, you sell them, you make your money back after 2 sales or 3 sales or whatever, rather than just trying to get it back off of one customer, because then you're charging every customer an arm and a leg for no reason. It actually really, really grinds my gears. And people are like, oh, okay, I'll just get that. I'm like, oh, wow. The brainwashing runs deep. My wheels will be, they're urethane. As I said, I will do normal ones as well, just like 100A urethane. I'll do 95, 99, all these different ones. But these are 85, but you can power slide on them. Better than the 108 wheels I've got, which is just crazy. Those are meant to be really, like, not grippy at all. But it's just the way the formula is made. But as I said, I'm not going to sell it to corporate giants because they just fucking charge, as I said, probably like 120 quid. Be like, oh, it's 2 wheels in one pretty much. You know, you can cruise and then still do your flat ground tricks. Like, piss off. Get away from me, you greedy fucks. And I have been offered, and I can show people the offers I've had. I do not sell out. I refuse to. That is my ethics. That's my work ethic. I've worked in the business for 3 years. I refuse to sell out. Fuck that. It's just so. This is why I tell people to go and do something with their life. Honestly, not in a diggy way. I got sober. You know, I did buy myself a beer to chill because I got sober off of alcohol 3 years ago. No, sorry, substances 3 years ago. Alcohol 2 years ago. I know I'm not it, but that's the point. I can now have a sensible drink, and I've quit smoking a week ago, 5 days ago. I like the mindset. Thank you, bro. Sorry, I don't know if you're a girl or a guy, but yeah, honestly, fuck it. It's like, even if it takes me like 10 more years, I refuse to sell out because I hate sellouts, and then I'll just be literally being so hypocritical. I get it, you got to make money. But why are you selling? It's like equivalent to selling your soul for the product you've made, you put your time into, and energy and thought process. Why the fuck are you selling? Who cares about a big stack of money? Cool, you can buy a big house, but then you're just going to hate yourself because you sold something, which then one day could be worth so much more. And then one day when it's worth more, you could have been proud of it and had money. You know what I mean? Like, why does it have to be like right now? People are so greedy. I'm sorry, but they are. He says eating a 6-piece bacon sandwich. Oh, fucking good. Yes. Right. Let's go back in the office. But yeah, I'm against capitalism. I'm against not in every aspect. I do get like life is about money, but I don't like the fact that we have to revolve everything around money, and we can't just enjoy our lives, enjoy our passions and our hobbies. What the fuck was that? Bear with. Oh, that was the one. And it isn't hard to like sit there and think about things. I think people just think for a few minutes and go, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? You mean you didn't think about it long enough?
1 second. Oh my god. My neighbour. He's so fucking ridiculously loud. I want to talk about the worst neighbour ever. It's him. Holy shit. Yesterday, bang, 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 smash, crash, like all day. Even people on the live are like, what the fuck is that banging? Like, oh my lord, man. Some people trying to live here. Worst upstairs neighbour I've ever had in my life. I swear down. Right. My two can play that game. I'll have a game of skate with myself at like 4 in the morning. Keep me awake, fuck it. I don't care. Oh. It's dangerously good. Honestly. So fucking nice. Oh, fuck off. Honestly. Such weirdos online, man. And no, I'm not. And I've got toys, but I'm a skateboard. I'm a skateboard company. I have a skateboard company and a fingerboard company, and I formulated 2 new products that haven't existed before. So I am smart. I can't be dealing with people's idiot. Clearly I'm not smart. I'm just burnt out. I've got to do a live up. Well, I don't have to, but I was going to do a 12-hour live today, and I started at 7:30 ish. Oh no. Yeah, 8:30. What knows? Oh, it's too damn good. I'm good, thank you, brownie. I'll be honest with you. People confuse me. I'll show you in a minute, but I'm trying to showcase. So if I'm sat there, I'll be quiet, or not doing anything, or brain vomiting, or like cooking food. Nothing people can learn from, really. I'm not saying learn from me because I'm not a teacher. I just, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's cool, or like the motivation. They just watch shit, right? And then the moment I go to showcase a product that's never been seen before, people leave. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, surely you want to be the first person to. If we're growing up, even now, I'll turn around and be like, yeah, I want to see this. This is awesome. Not like the first person, I guess now, but I mean the first 100 people, let's say, maybe. But then someone can be like, oh, can I test it? First person test something ever. Like, I've tested it. I mean, say second, you're not going to die from it. It's just whack. I just don't get people. Hello. I literally don't understand people for the fucking life of me. It's so weird. One second, everyone. Just putting my plate here.
Fucking hell. And I can't be asked to eat it nice. I'm like, nice and shit. Bacon. Like, chill out, bro. Nearly took my finger off, you crazy dog.
So, like I was saying, like, watch this. The number dips. I mean, people can do it anyway now because I said that, but I don't care. It's funny. Each their own. I'm done. I'm going to fingerboard in a sec. So this is the wax. Right. Do you know when, if anyone's a skater, you'll know that when you find a crusty curb, you want to sand it down, then you want to give it like a lacquer or a clear coat, then you want to let it dry, then you wax it, and then it's buttery. You'll be able to skate it. With this wax, it defeats all of that. Say you turn up at a spot and it's crusty as shit, right? And I'll really showcase how this works because this is fucking weird wax, like really, really weird wax. Because it actually number drops. I just don't, for the life of me, I just don't understand it. People would rather watch brain rot, each their own. Be you, do you, I don't really give a fuck anymore. You see how like it actually stretches out? It's still shiny, so it's got a lot of residues, oils in it. But you don't obviously want to stretch it out like this, but you just rub your brick, you get like a chocolate bar bit, into the curb. I've already done it on this, so it's not really so effective because you don't need to do loads. But what it does is, from the heat and the friction of the skateboard going over and over and over again, it pushes it more and more onto the surface and acts like a film, and it's so hard to get off. So if you are going to do it, don't do it anywhere else, like a public curb. The good thing about it too is though, it's not really slippery when you stand on it. It needs to be metal or like wood, something that's like not so grippy itself like rubber, like shoes are. And the metal rubbing against it, if you look at the top of the wall, you can see how shiny it looks. I don't need to apply, like what I do is I'll fingerboard this a bit and then you'll see like that won't move. That layer just remains shiny. So it's like long lasting wax without needing to sand down a curb. You can put it on crusty curbs and it's the first wax of its kind. You're welcome. And it literally looks like chocolate and smells like chocolate, which is probably a bit concerning. Some people probably try and eat it. So you can see it spreads so thin, and that is what happens on the surface. But I'm not going to keep holding it because it ends up like, but it does go solid. But wait, now it's gone softer, now it's gone harder again. But from heat and friction, but then it just pushes it more into it. As I say, with the metal, with trucks, I don't know where my fingerboard's gone. I need to go find it, showcase it. I wish I had another brick wall that didn't have it on, because it is honestly incredibly crusty. Because I started making this wax for skateboards originally because I was fed up in the UK. So I've defeated two issues I had. So the first one is wheels that need like good rebound. So they're 85A, but they power slide like 101A, right? Good for street skating, but good for cruising, good for grips, good for bouncing over cracks and everything like that. And they're really nice and silent. And then the wax, which is a different blend of polymers, and like the way it works, it's just I could only give too much away. I'm sure people could figure out if they're smart enough. Like my hands right now, I've got like an oily residue on them, so I'm gonna go wash them now from that. But as I say, that thinnest layer goes over the wood. Like you do not need to put fuck all on it. You literally wipe it a few times. Like I show people. Whoa, Frankie, this is exactly why I say go to bed, man. Because you cannot be underneath my desk. If I drop stuff and it hits you in the head, I'm going to feel bad. The dog is a fucking moron. I love her to bits, but yeah. Sorry, 2 seconds, let me read that. My brain is so stupid. Insignificant lives, and they think. It's true. It's not rude at all. I'm actually struggling to read. My brain today is because I've been live all day. My bad. But I know you can't. But you could still make something for the skate community. That's the truth, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm getting confused about. It's like the skate community's lost its soul. The skate community would have been so excited for this shit when I was growing up. And now they just all want to be the best. Everyone wants to be the best. Everyone wants to be this. I know I'm not going to be the best. I don't want to be the best, because I mean I make graphics like this, which wouldn't be mainstream ever, like ever be mainstream, because mainstream don't like that. You know, they like to people to comply with that. It needs to be all like babified and for children and suitable for everybody. But I'm like, what about the people who want, you know, older stuff like graphics? Not necessarily. Like, I don't agree with like naked anime girls, because the saying X, you know what I'm saying, sells is very true. So I'm like, that's all you're saying then, is that, not the actual, it's good artwork or whatever. I said the skate community would have been so excited for this wax a few years ago, and now I just feel like people, I have no idea. It's baffled. It actually baffles my brain. Because I said, I don't think I'm going to be part of something massive. You know what I mean? I just know this has never been made before, this type of wax. For curbs, by the way. You can see how thin, as I say, it goes so thin. But it's not broken through. But it's a bit sus, that does, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, literally, I honestly can't stand it sometimes, man. But there's sound people in it like you, because I mean, you are sound because you turn around and you go, not to be, you know, hate to be rude, man, but it's the truth. And it is. You're not being rude. You're speaking the truth, man. It's facts. It's just shit. So that's some of it on there. If you see how shiny it kind of looks, like literally once you keep grinding it and doing the surface, those bigger bits will blend. It just kind of blends out. And then you just got like a really, you see the difference. Like it's actually pulling on that, but then grinds beautifully. It needs to be hard surfaces. As I say, rubber shoes, you won't slip on it. So you don't have to worry about, you know, when people come off of doing the trick, they kick the board out, they might land on the ledge. You won't slip like normal wax either. I appreciate that, man. I really do. People just don't recognise it. You know, the funny thing is they will be skating this shit in a few years. I know people once it's been released, because this, I don't mind patenting this idea. This one into a bit once I've obviously released it myself. But it literally is a one-of-a-kind wax. It really is. Like, I need to keep blending this in right now. So actually just, it does completely go like I say, plastic all over. Because it turns like, it literally separates a layer of crustiness between a layer of the board, but without it coming off. Like, it's not coming off my fingers. There's no residue because it's already into the brick. It's never existed before. Never. And now if I look at it a little bit more, wait, I'm trying to get the light on it. You see how a bit more shiny it is, and the more, and that's just with my finger. If you skate it, like, I'm not gonna lie, it feels sticky as well. But it's just okay. It's not a really good example. Don't want to fuck anything up, but this is a sanding brick for that, and a knife as well. People will recognise one day, well, not one day, soon, like real fucking soon. No wax has existed like this, and as I say, it smells like chocolate and it looks exactly like chocolate, and it's got like a oak leaf on it. But thank you, bro. It's quite cool. I just like how it does spread thin. I mean, it's honestly kind of the whole point of it. So there's such a thin layer like that on it that you just don't see, but obviously it, once it's on there, it's fucking on there. So don't put it, I always say to people, like, never put that shit just on any curb, because you'll annoy people, because you good luck getting off. Like, the whole point of it is to withstand rainfall as well. It ends up being like a blue tack sort of consistency, I guess, but really oily. But then obviously the oil is weird because it's not like majorly nasty on the hands. If anything, it feels more sticky on the hands, which is like, why is it sticky if it grinds better? That's why when I made it, I was like, oh, this wax isn't going to work. It was, truthfully and all in honesty, a happy accident making this wax. Oh, so fucking cool. I'm so happy with this wax. Sorry guys, generally is like, sit here and want to call you gay, never want to support your business. Pretty much, I get it all damn day. The funny, 100%, man, all day. It is beyond funny to me now at this point, because I'm like, I'm not even offended by it. I'm like, it's actually just sad, because you're literally sat in their mum's basement doing fucking nothing with their life. Their mags are not part. Yeah, they're probably in their 40s and mad, they're not. But at the end of the day, that's their option. They chose to do that. They chose to spend their life And I know you know that, but that's what I mean. It's so dumb. Like, they chose to be incompetent. They could have gone and, you know, I missed school until I was 7 years old, right? 7. In the UK, you go to school at like 4. You know what I mean? No, sorry, year 7. I don't know how old that. How I literally year 7. You people already doing their SATs and mocks by that point, and like learnt what ABC is and shit. I had to catch up. My parents were junkies, and I still and that's why I'm like, what excuse do people really have? It's honestly beyond. It blows my mind beyond anything. It really does. It's just so weird, man. It really is. People are so dumb. Each their own, or you know, I just feel sorry for people. I think most of the time, and in that case, I actually feel bad for them because like there's no time to hate. Too busy to hate. Hello, welcome. Wait, what do you do if you have a small peen asking for a... That doesn't make sense, and I don't have a... I can tell you, I definitely ain't small, my guy. So many people have said things like, hung like a horse, and like it's kind of weird that they're looking. Just saying. Like, especially... It's not saying especially for guys, that sounds homophobic. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, it's just weird. But if you're... A lot of straight men point out, I'm like, why are you pointing out? That's just fucking weird, you know what I mean? Weird. Oh, 100%, bro. You're wait, I may be wrong on this, but you're 19, correct? Or is like, am I wrong on that? I could be wrong. But I feel like you could be 19. But yeah, being 25, it took me a while to get sober. You know, I'm a bit late into it. But the thing is, I'm not there like being a pro skater or anything. I'm about to be. No. See what I mean? I do remember stuff. See, people who are nice and respectful, even when I've done a whole day of live streaming. You come in, bro, I remember I remember things about people, because guess what? I care about people who care about my business and watching it grow, and vice versa. Like, it's how the world goes around. These people make the world a worse place, and they think, oh, why is the world so shit? Because you make it fucking shit. Right, I'll calm down now, but that's the passion behind it. It's stupid beyond all comprehension. Go on, bro. Happy birthday for them. Well, I'll probably see you on the live again at some point before then, but I hope you have an amazing birthday, bro. Truthfully, bro. This is how I want Dave. Thank you, please. No, it's all good. This is how I know people are jealous, right? Because, oh, there's my fingerboard. This is how I know people are jealous, and it's stupid, because I'm sat there cooking bacon, right? They're watching a live. They can cook bacon too. So they're like, oh yeah, just cooking bacon. Soon as I go in and show all my products off, or the wax, or the new thing I've been working on, that's when people get bitter. I'm like, look, it's literal jealousy at that point. It's beyond, like, and it's so fucking obvious. It's so blatant. It's staring me, and they think I'm an idiot but I'm like, bro, I'm the one with the business. What do you mean? Like, you literally leave when I showcase something that you are like, shit, I could never do that. But the thing is, you're wrong. People are wrong. Anybody can achieve if they put their mind to it. I grew up in a junkie household with nothing to my name, and I still have nothing to my name other than products I worked on. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm sick of sitting there trying to get by idly while other people are just making it worse and worse and worse. I'm like, that's why I've started speaking up. Sort your fucking shit out. Don't tell me to get a job when I'm getting another job and running my business at the same time. That's being an adult. Go get a job yourself. Like you said, you basement dwelling fucking weirdos, bro. Like, you didn't say that part. That's me adding that. So you're being respectful. I don't give a shit. I'm done with these people. They actually really aggravate me. And not even in the way they think, I'm getting to him. No. I just turn off the live and go and get on with product, like making some products and being content with my life, designing some art, doing some tattooing. Like, I have it good. You sound like you have it good, and I hope everything works out for you too, bro. Like, I'm wishing honestly you all the best and success, because people like me and you who do want to help people and are nice and are actively proactive people. That was fucking hard to say. Who are proactive people, right? Trying to create new things, trying to innovate, trying to change, trying to put a smile on people's face.
And then there's people who are just like so happy, content, sat there in their fucking dungo, like not even that, bro. They probably got nappy on that they shit into 50 times because they haven't gone into the toilet, and they're sat there just playing this game. And then they're on the live stream, like, haha, I'm getting to him, and you're like bowling on top, looking like some old nonce, right? Being a flipping weirdo. Like, sort your fucking shit out, people. See, I can have a nice engagement. I'm not going to be nice to the people anymore that like that. And it's like, the thing is, people go, oh, they're getting a rise out of it. No, because I know how to rip into these people deep in their heart. It's going to shred them apart. Because they know if they're a failing person, they're a failing person. And if they don't get to me, and I'm like, well, bro, I'm God bless, and I hope you have, I hope you find peace and whatever you're doing, that's going to eat at them. And people might think it doesn't, but it does, because deep down, they probably fucking hate themselves too. That's why they're projecting. That's what people do. They project when you're mad. I get mad, but I'm only mad because the world's becoming so fucking stupid. But you can, truthfully, I'm not even like, you say what you want, bro. You saying what you want is better when you're being more logical, making more sense than other idiots. That's the truth of it. I can't even be mad at you, like, ever. Not even, like, why would I be mad? You're a sound person. I'm not mad. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a heartbreak. My heart aches for these people. I'm like, I honestly can't believe how pathetic some of these people actually are. Like, it is so sad. You could be like, oh, can I have a job? Not you. Well, you could do, but I mean, people. I know you're doing your own thing in the game, and I respect that. But so many people like sat there doing nothing. They could ask for a job. They could ask for, oh, could I be an artist, or could I help make skateboards, or I'm a skater. But no, the people in my skate team recently. I say skate team. I was in a skate group that I was invited to. They then said, "Oh, we don't think Josh is actually a skater," and I said, "Well, no, I've had crazy injuries." I then went and did a hill flip and done some other tricks, and obviously stuff you just wouldn't do if you had never skated before. I'm just more fear as you get older, and the injuries I've already sustained. I'm like, at the end of the day, I now run in the skate business. I don't want to be out of action in the hospital. I can't be bothered with it. I really can't. So I'm just going to casually cruise with it. I'm not just going to be sending like fucking a 560 fucking little Benny Harmer over fucking spine, or a fucking, I don't know, mate, like a muck twist like they doing. Like, they're doing crazy shit down at the skate park. But I'm like, because I'm not doing that, you class me as not a skater. Cool. The group completely slated me off, completely gave me shit, and then I've been in contact with Heron Skateboards. I've been in contact with some of the biggest skate companies. It's not a brag. This is just showing you sometimes you just don't judge a book by its cover. Don't slag people off, because you might miss out on an opportunity. The kid that I'm sponsored has been respectful all the way. He said, "No, I actually think he's actually a sound lad. Give him a chance to do it, because he's younger than me." And they're like, no, and they're cocky and arrogant. Right? They are. They really are. And there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. They're really, and I'm confident in my product, I'm confident in myself, but I still mock myself. But when someone is completely so wrapped up in themselves, like a fucking narcissist, drives me nuts. And yeah, it's okay, bro, no worries. But these people are like, all this, I don't think he's like skated. But then when I said, oh, I'm actually been in contact with Heron Skateboards, he was like, they've messaged you. Like, how fucking rude is that? But at the same time, yeah, they have. I've been DMing back and forth. How's that feel? Don't be a knob next time. And maybe, just maybe, you could have been in on this. I would have been like, yeah, here's a spotting team. But Rory, absolute legend, did not get involved with it. Didn't tell me and go, oh yeah, behind my back. He came to me and told me what they'd said, respectfully. And obviously, I've not just gone around going mad at them. It's not like I can't be bothered with it. I don't want drama. Like, I'm just getting on with my life. But at the end of the day, I've cut them out because I'm like, at the end of the day, cool. One day, you will see where the company's at. And I know people will be jealous. It's just what happens every fucking time. As I said, I'll be cooking bacon, and people are like, I think the mindset is I can do that. Subconsciously, they're not mad about it. The moment you come in, you show them, you make it, because they're like, oh, don't lie, you like bought those in a factory, and then I show the packaging, unmade, I show it made up, I show the molds, I show the wood, and I really showcase I've clearly done everything. People then get mad. I'm like, bro, you asked for an answer like this, because you, by saying to me, I bought it in a factory, I'm obviously going to prove I didn't, because I didn't buy it in a factory. Like, the logics just make sense. But then they get mad because I have an answer for it and they're wrong. Or they're mad because you say they just sit there on their fucking ass doing nothing in their mum's basement in the little in diapers, and they shat themselves like 50 times, like I said, and like, it's just a joke.
It's beyond a joke. It's just ridiculous. These people actually need to get a grip on reality. They need to realise what's important, what's not important. Holy fuck. Just can't be bothered with people like that anymore. Like, the end of the day, as I said, like, Rory, this is how sweet Rory is, yeah? Just message me going, yo, my phone broke. When do you want to go? What time did you want to go for a skate today? Like, proper dedication, respect him, because he's wanting to come out and skate. You know, he's treating it more like a mate situation too. He's done like he's being respectful. Where other people just been complete knobheads, and now they're reaping what they sowed. Whatever, you know what I mean? And it does make me laugh because they missed out. They missed out, not him. He was such a sweet lad. He's been respectful. He turned around. He's like, this kid has given his all for my company and his time, and he's done shout outs, he's repped the brand, he's repped the merch. He's not slagged off on my back, where the other people in the group did. And then when I found out I was making wheels and working potentially with Herring Skateboards, one of the biggest skate companies to come out of the UK, and arguably one of the biggest skate companies ever, that people, to be honest, in my opinion, not through history necessarily, because you've got Santa Cruz, World Industries, but one of the bigger brands now, very popular. You know, because I didn't tell them that until they all started signing off. I was like, well, actually, no, you missed out on a fucking opportunity right there. Like, I don't care. Like, at that point, it's not arrogance. That's confidence in I know what I'm doing. Like, you missed out. That's not on me. I'm not going to give in and be like a little bitch and be like, oh, yeah, okay, you know what I mean? No. No. Piss off. It's not happening. Yeah, bro. Oh. I might go for a skate at 9:30 tonight, right? I think this is the move. Purely because I can live stream. I'll be back on live streams tomorrow. I just want to get some clean clips. I'll be able to skate more tomorrow, as it's obviously the weekend and today's Friday, and I can't leave the dog too long, as the partner's gone away for the weekend and it's the first day she's gone, so she gets quite distressed. So I've got to be here for that. Do you know what I mean? Because my dog's one partner's gone away, and she gets quite distressed when she's gone. But yeah, see what I mean? He's gone to the effort. Well, he's gone to, bro, this kid's gone to multiple efforts. He really has tried. He is honestly a fucking phenomenal skater already. I have mad respect for the kid. I really, really do. And other people are just sourpusses, honestly. They. Yeah, this kid is a fucking legend, putting in the time. You are and I am the fast-sinking anchor. I'm going to change over my deck again, to be honest with you, back to my impact board, because I really love my impact board. Shout out to him back there, good. One sec. The scar on my tissue. That I show. All of my new friends. Where the fuck should I show you me? Should I show you me? Every time I say hello, I'm not calling for you. You know that. All we need is a little bit of momentum. Break down the walls that we built We need a little bit of intuition. Break down and tell that you are the man of the fire and the tree. No one was looking. Should I speak? What the fuck did he do that? Where the hell did I put the board? That's weird. Love being a skater when you have boards all over the place. So many boards that you've lost the board you're looking for, and you're like, wait, is it that one? No, is it this one? No, it's that skateboard. No, it's that skateboard. I have no idea where I put it, man. Weird, bro. What the fuck? Okay, just move. I'll fucking move out my fucking way. Move! Out of the fucking way, Jesus. I can move freely out here again. Damn it. So much nicer. I have to switch back over to my impact board, but then go twin side. It's a twin tail, so. Today's live has been shit, honestly. Truthfully.